Yo, what's up? Had to delete the last broadcast on motions creating emotions. So I'm going to redo it. But the reason why I'm talking about motions creating emotions is this morning, like, other mornings, sometimes you're just not feeling it. Sometimes you wake up and you just don't got the juice. You don't feel particularly energized. You're down a little bit. And in those moments, I'm just going to share a little strategy that I use to kind of like get me up and going. Not coffee or anything like that. Now, obviously, you have to, eat right and exercising helps. But even when you're doing those things, you just have those mornings where you wake up and it's just like, man, I just don't feel like getting up this morning. And what I found, me being a math teacher, there's always an inverse operation. In other words, 5 plus 3 is 8, and 8 minus 3 is 5. You can always go forward and backwards with things. And the same is true in the universe, when you're looking at physics and force, every action, there's an equal reaction. And the same thing is true with your emotions and motions. See, just like your emotional state can change your motions. For example, if I'm sad, you can see it all over your face. You're slumped over, kind of down, your voice is different. And so your emotions generate these different motions in your body, in your face, in your voice. But what I'm here to share to you, something I do, is the inverse is also true. Just like with mathematics or physics, with your emotion and motion, you can actually change your emotion by changing your motion. And there was this big study done by Harvard University where they took two groups, a clinically depressed group and a group, then they split them into two groups, right? Clinically depressed people. And the only thing they did differently between the two groups, one group smiled every day for like 15 minutes straight in the mirror, just smiling. And the other group didn't. Just based on that difference, there were people in the group who smiled, I forget the percentage, who were no longer clinically depressed after doing that for a month. And what I want to share to you, sometimes you got to smile, sometimes you got to move, sometimes, and like the saying goes, you got to fake it till you make it. In other words, you got to fake it till you become it. It's not that, you're mad fake, or this is, you're just being phony. It's about understanding the properties and laws and saying, if I could change my motion, if I could change the way I inflict my voice, even though I'm not feeling it in that moment, even though I woke up this morning and I'm not on fire right now and I'm not motivated and I don't feel like moving my body. If you can change the way you speak, if you could change the way you move, if you could change your facial expressions into that of energy, now all of a sudden, right now, as I'm speaking to you, start to feel the emotion, start to feel the change in my emotional state, start to feel the change in my energy state. Not from coffee or any kind of stimulant, but simply from enacting those properties and knowing that if one is true, the opposite is true. If I can, if my emotions can dictate my motions, then therefore my emotion can dictate my emotion. If I just change my posture, if I stand up straight, now all of a sudden it becomes easier to think differently, to feel differently, and have a great day. We are in control. We have more power than we ever could imagine. As we learn more about science and the billions of neurons in our brains and the way thoughts transfer through electricity and all of these great things that we're coming up within science, it only supports the fact that we have more power. Literally, this isn't like a philosophical, esoteric, type of thing. Like, it literally is that simple. We have power that's untapped. We don't have to be a subject. We don't have to be a slave to our emotions. We don't have to be a slave to our situations. We can change those things because we were made in the image of God. And God spoke this universe into existence. He said, let there be light, and there was light. And with science, sounds, vibrations affect the environment around you. So literally when you speak, your vocal cords vibrate. And according to how you speak and how your vocal cords vibrate, that's packed with emotions, you can change the atmosphere around you. You can change the atmosphere around you. So you don't have to be, I'm feeling depressed or I feel sad. And yeah, that's okay. That's normal. You know, things happen in life. It's normal to become sad, to become angry, to become happy, all of these things. But understand this, when you go through that initial phase and you go through that time, you now have a decision. You now have the power to change that state. So I'm going to end with that. Your emotions can change your emotions. Try it today. You might not be feeling it. You might feel sad. You might feel down, blue, unmotivated. Change your emotions. Sit up straight. Stand up straight. Walk with authority. Walk with power. Talk with your tone. It's not like when someone says, how you doing? It's like, just trying to make it, trying to get by. It's okay. Like, nah, say, I'm good. Say, nah, I'm having a great day. Even though you're not having a great day, speak those things that are not as if they are. Walk by faith, not by sight. Just because the things that you see right now isn't what you want doesn't mean it always has to be like that. Speak those things that are not as though they are. Have a great day. Peace.